American Pickers star Frank Fritz's Illinois antique store is selling NSFW book to compete with rival Mike Wolf's shop. Hello everyone, welcome back to my another video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. American Pickers star Frank Fritz's Illinois antique store is selling a not safe for work book amid struggling sales compared to co-star Mike Wolf's shop. Frank, 60, owns Frank Fritz Finds in Savannah, Illinois, where he sells antiques from vintage signs to knickknacks. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal Frank is selling a book by Alan King and Nimi Sheraton titled, Is Salami and Eggs Better Than Sex? The vintage find was originally published in 1985. The book is one of the newest items in the struggling store. Frank's former co-star and friend Mike, 60, owns Antique Archaeology in LeClaire, Iowa, about 45 miles away from each other. Read more on American Pickers. The U.S. Sun previously reported how Mike's Iowa antique store is constantly flooded with customers, though the same can't be said for Frank's shop. A customer told the U.S. Sun, Mike always has customers coming in and out of his store. It's a lot of fans who check out the pics seen on the show and buy merchandise. In photos obtained by the U.S. Sun, customers could be seen checking out antiques and waiting in line to purchase their items. He has DE voice, sweet ECAP, RIGED show, a finding her voice. As for Frank's store, which is located in two back rooms of a bar restaurant, photos showed not one customer. The insider said, customers browse Frank's store once in a while. It's not nearly as busy as Mike's. American Pickers Mike Wolf drops new season trailer that fans slam as boring as ratings plummet after Frank Fritz firing him for annual sales. The U.S. Sun previously reported on the annual sales of Frank Fritz Finds. Per Experian's business valuation report for Frank Fritz Finds, estimated annual sales are reportedly just $25,000. The company's business credit score is 27 and is medium risk. As for the financial stability risk ratings, the shop received a medium-high risk of 4 out of 5 rating. The report claims this means there is a 10% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. Antique Archaeology in Iowa's estimated annual sales are reportedly $62,000. The company's business credit score is 23, which is medium-high risk. The report claims of the score. This score predicts the likelihood of serious credit delinquencies within the next 12 months. As for the financial stability risk ratings, Antique Archaeology received a medium risk of 3 out of 5 rating. The report claims, this rating predicts the likelihood of payment default and slash or bankruptcy within the next 12 months. A rep for Frank and Mike did not respond to the U.S. Sun's request for comment at the time. Frank's CONSERVATORSAI. Frank hasn't been as involved in the business since suffering a stroke in July 2022. His close friends filed an emergency appointment of a temporary guardian and conservator for the star on August 18, claiming his decision-making capacity is so impaired. The conservatorship papers exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun revealed plans to revamp the store. The initial plan filed by conservator Midwest-owned Bank Reed. Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector and has numerous outbuildings full of valuable collections. The conservator has not yet inventoried those items, but plans to leave them largely as they are now, with the exception of stocking Mr. Fritz's antique store in Savannah, Iowa as needed. Conservator is hopeful Frank will be able to participate in selection and pricing of items as he did previously. Frank today. A source previously told the U.S. Sun Frank is walking again after the stroke left the right side of his body paralyzed. He remains in an assisted living facility to help with physical therapy, as he continues to have a long road to recovery ahead. Frank lost verbal and mobile, so that's where he has been. He is still in an assisted living facility, a source claimed. The insider continued to allege that while Frank got his verbal back, working on mobility has been very difficult for him to find motivation. He found the motivation to talk, but the physical therapy he's not there yet, the source claimed. But a second source close to Frank's loved ones claimed he is taking the recovery at his own pace. He's been working really hard to not overdo himself and stress himself out and honor his health, the second insider said. He's not overdoing it and trying to prove anything to himself. He's honoring what needs to be right now. He's just at the nursing home for physical therapy. I hope he bounces back. I have faith he will. The U.S. Sun can confirm it does not appear Frank is living full-time in his Davenport, Iowa farmhouse. American Pickers. Frank last appeared on American Pickers in March 2020. He took a break from the show to undergo back surgery, but then had a falling out with longtime co-star Mike. Mike's brother, Robbie, replaced Frank on the show to join Danielle Colby. Despite their feud, the two reconciled over Memorial Day weekend of 2023 and continue to be in touch today. Frank Fritz, co-star of the popular television series American Pickers, is making waves in the antique world with an unexpected business move at his Illinois-based antique store. Known for his love of collectibles, history, and treasure hunting, Fritz has turned heads by adding a surprising item to his inventory, a selection of NSFW, not safe for work books. The move has sparked curiosity, controversy, and competition as Fritz squares off against his former American Pickers partner, Mike Wolf, and Wolf's Antique Archaeology Stores. Fans of American Pickers remember Frank Fritz as the quirky, fun-loving counterpart to the savvy and business-minded Mike Wolf. Together, the duo scoured America's barns, basements, and back roads in search of hidden treasures. However, following a much-publicized fallout and Fritz's subsequent departure from the show in 2021, the two Pickers' paths diverge. Wolf continued to expand his antique archaeology brand, while Fritz took a step back to focus on personal matters, including his health. In 2022, Fritz re-emerged with renewed energy and a clear mission: to make his Illinois-based antique store a destination for collectors seeking one-of-a-kind items. Situated in the heart of the Midwest, the store offers a mix of vintage toys, advertising memorabilia, and rare finds that reflect Fritz's signature picking style. But with Wolf's established stores attracting significant foot traffic in locations like Nashville, Tennessee, and LeClaire, Iowa, Fritz knew he needed a bold strategy to stand out. Enter the NSFW books. In a world where antique shops often focus on safe, family-friendly fare, Fritz's decision to stock adult-themed literature is anything but conventional. The collection includes vintage pulp fiction, risque art books, and 20th century erotica, genres that have historically been marginalized in mainstream antique markets but are increasingly sought after by niche collectors. Fritz's decision to embrace this provocative inventory is not just about making sales. It's a statement. By offering items that challenge traditional expectations, Fritz aims to set his store apart as a haven for the unconventional and the curious. Antiques are about history, and history isn't always neat and tidy. Fritz explained in a recent interview. These books are part of our cultural heritage. They tell stories about what people valued, how they expressed themselves, and what pushed boundaries in their time. That's worth preserving. While Fritz's approach has garnered praise for its audacity, it has also reignited comparisons to Mike Wolf's antique archaeology empire. Wolf's stores are known for their curated collections of Americana, including motorcycle memorabilia, advertising signs, and industrial decor. With a polished aesthetic and a celebrity following, Wolf's shops have become synonymous with American Pickers and its mainstream appeal. Fritz's store, by contrast, has cultivated a grittier, more eclectic vibe. The inclusion of NSFW books underscores this distinction, appealing to a different demographic of collectors. While Wolf's stores attract families and casual shoppers, Fritz's offerings target seasoned collectors, counterculture enthusiasts, and those with an appreciation for the offbeat. Mike's got his style, and I've got mine, Fritz said. There's room for both of us in this business, but I'm not trying to do what he's doing. I'm carving my own path. The introduction of NSFW books has elicited a range of reactions from customers and industry insiders. Some applaud Fritz for pushing boundaries and celebrating the diversity of collectible items. Is a breath of fresh air, said one collector who recently visited the shop. He's not afraid to take risks, and that's what makes his inventory so interesting. I found a rare pulp fiction novel there that I'd been hunting for years. You're not going to find that at a typical antique store. Others, however, have criticized the move as alienating to more conservative shoppers. Antique stores should be places where everyone feels welcome, one local resident commented. I'm not sure the NSFW books fit that vision. Despite the mixed feedback, Fritz remains unapologetic. I'm not here to please everyone, he said. I'm here to create a store that's true to who I am and what I love about collecting. Fritz's embrace of NSFW books reflects a broader trend in the collectibles market. Items that were once considered taboo or niche are gaining mainstream recognition as collectors seek unique and meaningful pieces. From vintage LGBTQ+ publications to counterculture zines, these items offer a window into marginalized histories and subcultures. Auction houses and online marketplaces have reported increased demand for adult-themed collectibles. For example, first edition copies of iconic erotica, such as Story of O and Delta of Venus, have fetched high prices at auctions. Similarly, vintage pulp magazines featuring provocative cover art have become highly sought after by collectors of mid-century graphic design. There's a growing appreciation for the artistry and historical significance of these items, said a representative from a prominent auction house. They're not just artifacts of their time, they're cultural milestones. Fritz's willingness to embrace this trend positions his store at the forefront of a shifting market. By catering to collectors who value the edgy and unconventional, Fritz is tapping into an underexplored niche. As Fritz's Illinois store gains attention, the picker has hinted at plans to expand his inventory further. In addition to NSFW books, he's exploring the possibility of hosting themed events such as author signings, art exhibits, and lectures on the history of counterculture. These events would not only draw foot traffic, but also reinforce the store's identity as a hub for unique and thought-provoking collectibles. Meanwhile, the rivalry with Mike Wolfe continues to fuel interest in both pickers' endeavors. Fans of American Pickers have speculated about the possibility of a reconciliation between the former partners, but Fritz has remained focused on his solo ventures. I've got nothing but respect for Mike and what he's accomplished, Fritz said. But right now, I'm doing my own thing, and it feels good. Frank Fritz's decision to stock NSFW books is more than a business move. It's a declaration of independence. By taking risks and embracing the unconventional, Fritz is redefining what an antique store can be. In doing so, he's not just competing with Mike Wolfe, he's carving out a space that's uniquely his own. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a fan of American Pickers, or simply someone who appreciates a good story, a visit to Fritz's Illinois store promises an experience unlike any other. Just be prepared for a few surprises, because in Frank Fritz's world, history is anything but boring. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.